Welcome to another YouTube video. If you see me without a shirt, it's because I just finished a training session and I want to get very personal, and I don't care about structuring videos for them to go viral. I just make these videos because I hope it reaches the right person that needs to hear this. And I want to talk about gratitude, because most of your problems would not exist if you actually managed to practice gratitude. And you hear about this all of the time, and even where I am till this point, and I practice it every single day, is not a mind frame that you have forever. You have to keep it. You have to sustain it. It's like cleaning a room. Just because you clean the room once, it doesn't mean that room is going to be clean forever. And it all starts off with putting one cup where you think it's just the cup, where it's just a t-shirt on the floor. Then without you realizing, that room is messy again. And that room is your mind. Because guess what? You can feel very abundant. You can feel very positive. But there'll be moments of time where a little bit of doubt will enter your mind and you just let it pass by. Then a little bit of fear will enter your mind. Then all of a sudden you're living in stress and fear and desperation. Now the reason that you feel that is because you feel entitled to an outcome that you don't have yet. The reason most of your stresses come from is because you want something that you do not have, that you forget about everything that you do have, and you forget about everything that you are doing, because you feel so entitled to the outcome that you eventually stop doing the thing that's going to give you it. And the reason I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you a personal experience. I took a business class flight from Spain to Turkey for 30 days, got a VIP Maybach to pick me up, to take me to my Airbnb. And the reason I'm saying this is not to flex. The reason I'm saying this is because 5 years ago, I was working in retail. I was an Uber Eats delivery driver. I was working part-time as a personal trainer in a gym as I tried to grow my business, making roughly around £200 a month as a personal trainer. And when I was working as an Uber Eats driver, I was cycling in the rain, and I just hated being there because I was expending so much energy, so much time, making £1,200 a month, and I was so frustrated of being there. And I remember working in retail, out this big window, seeing these cars, seeing people live the life that I wanted, not of envy, but of frustration, because I knew I could be that. Then I realized when I was in Turkey, I was so frustrated because that month I made just under $10,000, and I kept on thinking, why am I not making $100,000 like everyone else is? Then I stopped for a second and I realized, how ungrateful can I be? I quickly had a recap of what I've managed to do to where I am today. I've done things my whole bloodline hasn't done, but I didn't even manage to appreciate as much as I could because I was so focused on the next thing that I wasn't even being present. I had managed to go to Dubai, I had managed to go to Germany, to Spain. I've been traveling around the world, and that has never been normal to me. And the reason I speak about this with so much emphasis is because I look back to when I was making £1,200 and I make that in a day. And then I realized that everything I'm living today is something I once prayed for. Now the same way, in a few months from now, in a few years from now, I'm going to be making $100,000 a month. Well, I might not even get to remember this because I'm so fixated on the next thing. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I need you guys to practice gratitude. And this works in any part, in any place in life where you're in that job that you hate, no matter where you are. You don't have to accept where you are, but you have to be grateful for where you are. Because now imagine everything that you have, your phone, that bed, the roof over your head. Now imagine it's taken away from you. How are you feeling? Desperation. You just want that back. Now imagine it's given to you. That is gratitude. Now focus on, yes, you don't need anything else. You have everything else. You're at a job that you hate, fine, but you're doing things to give you the opportunity to come out of it. You've accepted the truth. And if you've accepted the truth that you don't want to be there, and you're doing everything necessary to get you out of there, you're iterating, you're taking action, then guess what? It's just a matter of time. But the thing is, you feel so entitled to an outcome that I should have it now, that it ends up altering your state of feeling. Then you enter a low frequency state, and as I showed you guys, the frequency chart, when you start living in shame, guilt and regret, is the lowest frequency. When you feel like this heavy weight on your chest, you're feeling so pessimistic. That's a low frequency. And then guess what's going to end up happening? That energy is going to drag you down. You have to explode. You have to release it. So how do most people release it? They go out to negative vices, or guess what? They end up just giving up in general. Now guess what? If you give up, you're never going to have that outcome, which is why I tell you guys that the best way to practice gratitude is to detach yourself from an outcome, that thing that you can't control, and attach everything into the inputs to the thing that you're meant to do, because that's what you can control, and that's what's going to give you satisfaction. Because if you're honest with yourself and you've done everything that you were meant to do, guess what? You feel at the top. Enlightenment, acceptance. You know that you've done your part, and you're grateful that you have a job. You're grateful that you're in bed. You're grateful that you can even be pursuing your dreams. And that's why I tell you, at any point you can have everything given to you, and at any point you can have everything taken away. And that's one thing I realized. I remember I got invited by the Chinese government for my content. How the hell did I manage to do that? Well, the same way I managed to do that was just the same way I put one foot in front of the other, and I didn't focus on an outcome, I focused on the inputs. So that's why I tell you guys, just focus on planting the seeds, and eventually if you nurture that seed, water that seed, it will end up growing. But what most of you guys do is you plant the seed, you take it, how is it growing, you put it in, then you blame yourself, why is it not growing? Patience. Patience is a virtue. The only way you're going to get that patience is if you go past that tribulations. So if you want strength, you're going to feel weak. You're going to have obstacles thrown at you. That's exactly what you want. So I wanted to share this message with you guys as I'm making my way home now. It's 9 o'clock. Going to get some rest. Tomorrow I'm waking up at 4:45. Love you guys. Let's go.